Okay. It is 7:20 in the evening, Sunday, February the 8th, 2009. First, before we have this discussion about what might happen tomorrow, I need to do something very important. Stay right there. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. L'chaim. Why am I drinking? Well, here it is. If what FeverIAM is correct, tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting. Now, I have a homework assignment for you. I just want you to get an idea of what I'm looking at to see if this works. For what Reinhardt, who, by the way, I've only discovered after FeverIAM mentioned it and started checking out his website and so forth. For him to pull a 6 for 6, or at least a 5 for 6, three things have to happen. And I'm going to go over those three things. So for that to happen, I'm going to have to take the camera and face it towards my computer. All right, ready? Hold on. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the Patriot Trading Group. This is All American Gold Financial. I checked these guys out. They're very good. If you've ever been on their website, it's fantastic. But anyway, presently, gold here is at 905.70. It's been a drop of approximately $5, which is not unusual. First of all, for this to work, for what Reinhardt indicates, now of course Reinhardt didn't go into details because he took a lot of the stuff off of his website, but I'm going to swing around again. For what Reinhardt wants to, I'm guessing, of course, I'm piecemealing from what I've seen and what he suggested. Gold would have to jump to about $1,200 to $1,500 an ounce within 5 hours of whatever the CDO thing is announced. What I thought would happen is what happened with Lehman Brothers around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, there was hints, and there were also what's the word am I looking for? There was gossip. There was rumors that something was going to happen with Lehman Brothers per se, and then suddenly there was this big announcement. None of these things have happened yet, and it's 7:25, 7:23 in the evening on Sunday evening. So I'm trying to figure out what's going to trigger this. So I'm going to give you my theory of what I think is going to happen, or what I thought was going to happen, and if it's going to happen today, it would have to happen the same way. Gold would have to shoot up between anywhere from $1,100 to $1,300 or higher an ounce. The next thing, and I'm just setting this up so I can swing you around and show you this again, on Bloomberg. Now, mind you, right now, Nikkei is just open, and she's up almost 100 points. So it's kind of iffy that this is going to happen today. Or tomorrow, rather. But that's not the reason why I have you here for a conversation. Now, I have here I don't know if you can see it. This is the Bloomberg terminal. So far it says Japan's machine orders fall third month, and all these bad news has been going on, the stimulus battle and everything else. But this is the part I want to show you. My theory, and gold is down now $6 from 530. Okay, so here's my theory. This is how I believe the collapse would happen. Right now, the 2-year bond, if you can see it, I'm going to tell you, is yielding at 0.98%. The 10-year is at almost 3, it's 2.97, and the 30-year is at 3.69. So what I believe what will happen, which would cause the bond bubble to burst, would be what they refer to in the business as an inversion. In other words, the 10-year would become, the yields would be higher than the 30-year. The 30-year would drop, and the 2-year would then, well, let me back up. The 30-year would drop, and the 10-year would rise. That would begin the crash. Then the 2-year would rise and cross over the 10-year, and that would cause the massive collapse. Sorry for jumping around, but I wanted to show you what I'm thinking here. My theory, let me just slide you back a little bit. My theory is that this would happen, this would start to happen, because it's really close now. The 10-year is at almost 3%, and you know, it's not big of a jump between 0.7% between the 30 and the 10-year, and I thought that it would happen like this. You know, this is the 2-year, this is the 10-year, or let's do it this way. This is the 10-year, and this is the 30-year, and basically, it would start to do this, and then that. It wouldn't have to go that far, you know. The 10-year being at 3.70 and the 30-year being at 3.69 or 3.68. My theory was that this was going to probably transpire between between June and July. For this Reinhardt event, as I refer to it now, all this stuff would have to converge into this perfect storm of a huge gold pricing explosion, followed by a huge drop or a huge pullout of the bonds, or the treasury bonds, into gold, and thereby those yields starting to rise. And that the rise in yields would happen faster in the 2 and the 10-year, because that's money in hand to the government, versus the 30-year, which is more of a long-term investment. So it's possible, but at this rate, at this present rate, which I think is going pretty fast, it's improbable. Now, I'm not saying that it won't happen, because based on what Reinhardt and what FeverIAM Michael, hi Michael, if you're getting this email, this video, for this to happen, catastrophic is an understatement. I mean, stuff should have already started to happen. Even on the futures market right now at 7:30, well, the futures market is down by about 55 points. Let's see, the Dow closed today on Friday at 8280. The Dow futures are doing 81.99, which is exactly 55 points. But this sort of nightmare would have to happen. And don't forget, I don't know if anybody has a short-term memory issue, but a lot of people didn't watch this, but when Lehman Brothers collapsed on Sunday, the futures market maxed out at 500 points down. That's the most you can do, and then the electronic betting, as I refer to it, stops. They shut everything off, because that would in turn cause a 10 to 11% drop. So I just want to let you know, I want you to keep an eye on gold, the 2-year, the 10-year, and the 30-year, particularly the 10 and the 30-year. Because if this sort of thing is going to happen, it's going to have to start tonight. And the Nikkei is up. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not naysaying, but the Nikkei is now up 162 points, almost 163 points. For what reason? I have no idea. Because machine orders fell for the 3rd month, and China's Blackstone pain is Treasury's gain, as the old saying goes, is what they were talking about. UBS is saying that they're unwinding their investments. I mean, there's a lot of bad news. But I just want to let you know that that's what's going to have to happen. So I'm going to sleep tonight. So if any of you guys see anything funky happening in the Chinese market or the German market, email me. Until tomorrow, good luck, and let's see what happens.